It's explicable. Anything we create or produce is for a public, large or small, depending on what we do. If we are the type that lives mostly in our heads, imagining what the intended public will like, or not even caring, this spirit is reproduced in the work itself. It is disconnected from the social environment. It is a product of a person who is...
So hey everybody, this is my granny. Huh?
Who is that?
That's you.
Oh, that's terrible.
No, that's not terrible. This is my granny. Just visiting her right now, so I wanted to have her say hi. Can you say hi?
Hi, Granny.
Oh my goodness. You're not saying hi to you, you're saying hi to the people that are going to be seeing this.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi. Those are all my friends.
God bless you.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just at my grandmother's right now for a little bit, but I'm going to finish this up later on. Just wanted y'all to say hi to my granny, so here she is.
I got my finger in my mouth.
That's okay. You're just beautiful, however you are.
Oh.
And then Mama's over there somewhere. She was.
She was.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'll check in with y'all in a bit. Yo, finishing up my day. Shout out to DeMont Collins suggesting that I do some little things like walk and talk. So this is my first video walking, so I'm doing a little exercise. I'm actually coming from my grandmother's house, which I should have showed you the video just then. It's gonna be dark because it's dark, but I wanted to talk a few minutes about why I'm walking right now versus a different time. Leaving my grandmother's house, my cousin who's staying there now, her baby's daddy, her children's father was shot out here last night. And so, let me see if I can get a better look. So hearing that, that immediately put fear in my heart about walking in my own neighborhood. And since this is about facing fears, it's like even the twinge of it, it's like I should not lean into that fear, but lean away from it, abandon my fears by facing them, and walk home. So it's only about 2 or 3 blocks, I think, between my grandmother's house and mine. So I figured I'd do this. But while I'm doing it, I can speak on the violence in my neighborhood. And yeah, I apologize because this is going to be real dark. So his story was something like he was just walking around last night and got rolled up on by some guys, told to empty his pockets. Well, he didn't have nothing, so they shot him. Ended up going straight through his chest, missing his heart. So the chest wound was through and through, but he also put his hand up, and so it damaged his hand pretty bad. Put his hand up over his chest when they shot him. I don't know what the whole story is for real, but it's not like it matters. What matters is that violence is prevalent in our society for a couple reasons. It has become socially acceptable to be violent, especially in the black community. It's not only socially acceptable, it's socially encouraged. Maybe not on a macro level. Nobody's up top saying, hey, violence is good. In fact, people are screaming the opposite. But the way we live our day to day, the messages that we convey to each other, the ways that we engage, it's all around a level of violence. And so, the question is, why is it socially acceptable? I mean, in American culture at large, we're a violent culture. People like to talk about, and I got much respect for military, all of that. We want to have this pride in our nation, yet condemn violence when we're the purveyors of such violence, especially on smaller countries. And so it's just really interesting dichotomies in our thinking, an interesting, trying to think of the right word. My video might go out. Looks like I have a little less than 2 minutes left of filming. So I'm gonna try to get in the light. Bottom line, well, it's not the bottom line. This is just one of the lines. Unless we address those issues of it being socially acceptable to be violent, then we'll never really get to a place where violence subsides. It'll continue to be perpetuated. It's in the music, it's on our TV shows, it's in our speech. Why wouldn't we get anything else but that if it's what's on our minds most often? And not knowing how to deal with and relate to each other. The problem that I have myself, I mean, human nature is to resort to a level of violence, whether that's yelling or exchanging some type of physical confrontation, having some sort of physical confrontation or what. So this will be the end of this little piece. I'm almost home, probably half a block away. And funny, walking onto my block, I feel a certain level of, well, my fear was gone the minute I stepped out and decided to face it and walk anyway, even though I was kind of afraid of the idea of somebody rolling up on me. It's not gonna happen. Or at least it's not gonna make me stop doing what I would intend to do anyway. So appreciate y'all tuning in. I'll be back in just a minute. So we're doing a little late night Super Smash Brothers. This boy's supposed to be in the bed.
No.
But he's not.
Dang, I did 12 damage.
I did 13.